the KC Royals lineup brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Alcides Escobar leading it off at shortstop with Ben Zobrist, the former Ray, at second base. Lorenzo Cain in center field bats third with Eric Hosmer at first base. Kendrys Morales is the DH with Mike Moustakas at third base batting sixth. Salvador Perez, the very good catcher, bats seventh with Alex Rios in right field batting eighth. And Paulo Orlando is in left field. He bats ninth. The Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your local New England Audi dealers. Wade Miley makes his 25th start in a Red Sox uniform. Comes in at 9-9 with a 4.58 ERA. 106 strikeouts, 52 walks, and opponents sitting at 261 against Miley. Last time out a win, a 7-inning effort against the M's, giving up 2 runs, walked 3, and struck out 8 along the way.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 9th in the American League with 71 errors on the season. Pablo Sandoval will be at third base, and Bogarts the shortstop, Josh Rutledge at second, and Travis Shaw the first baseman. Left to right, Hanley Ramirez, Mookie Betts, and Jackie Bradley Jr. Ryan Hannigan doing the catching for Wade Miley.
Well, tonight's umpires are brought to you by Buick. Experience the new Buick lineup during this year's Sign and Drive. See your local Buick dealer today. David Rackley has a play calling the balls and strikes with Bob Davidson at first base, Hunter Wintelstead, the crew chief, at second, and Mike Everett is at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
In comfortable conditions, 75 degrees with a good-sized breeze, 15 miles per hour in from center field, and forecast partly cloudy for the remainder of the night. A lot of blue sky to start the night, and Wade Miley ready to start the night. In there for strike one, and we are underway. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop for the Royals. 271, 2 homers, and 37 runs batted in. Jerry, this is an aggressive Kansas City Royals team.
Well, you got that right down there. Last in the American League in walks, and they're the toughest team to strike out. They are up there swinging the bats.
The Yost club comes in with 73 wins on the year, second only to the St. Louis Cardinals in Major League Baseball as far as victories go. So they got Missouri covered as far as that goes with 77 wins for St. Louis. You got 73 wins for Kansas City, and they have run away with the AL Central. 14.5 game lead over the Minnesota Twins. There's a ground ball up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Escobar.
Escobar now with a 4-game hitting streak. He gets down to 1-2 count and gets that fastball and takes it right back up the middle for the base hit. No chance for Bogarts to get to it as he make an effort to his left, but the first hit of the ball game for the Kansas City Royals. Escobar, 12 steals on the season, been caught 5 times. They like to run.
Lead runner on here, and Ben Zobrist now coming up. This was Zobrist earlier in the year with the Oakland A's after leaving Tampa Bay. Former All-Star hitting at .292, 10 homers, 46 runs batted in. Fouls the first pitch back. July 28th was the day he went from Oakland to Kansas City. You see the splits for him, and his time in Kansas City has been well spent, hitting at .379 in 18 games now with Kansas City. Just making them better. Team that's already very good, they got better. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Escobar.
And we talked about the Kansas City Royals running the second in the American League in stolen bases, second behind the Houston Astros.
Fouled off again, and it's 0-2. A huge game last night at Zobrist in the finale of the series against the Cincinnati Reds. It was 4 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. And a game-tying home run off Reds closer Aroldis Chapman on Tuesday. In a 13-inning game in which the Royals beat the Reds. They had an hour and 37-minute rain delay last night. So Kansas City didn't get here today till 5:30 this morning.
Yeah, they did not take batting practice. Reported late to the ballpark today, and pretty much come out, stretch, run a few sprints, and play the game.
Zobrist down 0-2. Lorenzo Cain waiting on deck here for the Royals. Escobar, the short lead at first base. He's aware of the move of Wade Miley. So not very big at all over there for Escobar. There's the pitch down and in. Since the All-Star break, Zobrist with a .448 on base percentage. And 6th in the American League in that category since the break. Trying to get on base here. And it's a ground ball towards second base. Rutledge to second for one, on to first, and it is in time. They turn it. Not hit that hard, but the Red Sox on the 4-6-3 have 2 down.
Yeah, Rutledge did a nice job getting that ball out of his glove very quickly, and Bogaerts doing the rest by turning it over. You can see he's playing him up the middle, one step to his left, and then the underhand flip to Xander. No slide at second base by Escobar. As you can see right there, he's going out of the way, and that opens up a clear path for that throw to first base for Xander Bogaerts.
So 2 down, base is empty, and it brings up Lorenzo Cain. 311, 12 homers, and 54 runs batted in. Seventh in the league in batting average at .317 coming in. It's lefties hitting at .365. Down the right field line and foul beyond Canvas Alley. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck with 2 down here in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Soft balance there. Has him down 1-2.
A good change up that time by Miley, working it down and away from Cain. First changeup he's featured so far in this game tonight. Tries to double up on the changeup. That one down and out of the strike zone.
Pop-up foul off to the right. Well, throwing strikes tonight. 14 pitches so far, 10 of them for strikes out of the gate.
And the last 3 pitches, changeups by Miley.
18% this season for him as he peers in to find out what he'll throw. 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. Win last night for Joe Kelly in the finale of the series, as the Red Sox are able to take 2 out of 3 from the Indians. Now swing and a miss, and Miley's first strikeout concludes the top of the first inning. Red Sox are coming up because the Kansas City Royals don't score in the first. Their starting pitcher tonight is presented by New England Nissan dealers. Danny Duffy gets the nod. His 19th start of the year, 6-5 with a 4.03 earned run average, 98 1/3, 58 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at 267 against Danny Duffy. There is Mookie Betts to lead it off, and he'll take a look at strike one. Mookie starting the night hitting at 270, 10 homers and 56 runs batted in.
First time this year that Duffy has faced the Red Sox in his career. He is 0-2 against Boston ball clubs. 5.23 ERA in those starts.
To left center field, Orlando on the run is going to make it on a trap as it hits up off the grass first, and he picks it on a hop out there in left center. Betts has got himself a base hit. Let's check the rest of the Red Sox starting lineup tonight. It's brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. And Mookie Betts, who just saw, is in center field tonight with Pablo Sandoval batting second. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop with David Ortiz, the DH. Hanley Ramirez in left field. Travis Shaw back at first base. Ryan Hannigan doing the catching again tonight. Jackie Bradley Jr. is in right batting eighth. And Josh Rutledge at second base bats ninth. So Mookie Betts aboard with a base hit. And it brings up Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval at .258, 10 homers and 39 runs batted in. 7th game of his career that he has batted second. Starting to settle in here to Fenway Park in his last 11 home games at Fenway. He's hit at .361. A couple of home runs here at Fenway in his last 11 home games. Foul back, and he's down 1-2.
Saw the pitch arsenal for Duffy, the fastball, the breaking ball, and the changeup. Threw one curveball in this at bat to Pablo Sandoval.
Fouls it off the catcher, Perez, that time, and remains 1-2. Hitting on deck is Xander Bogaerts with the Red Sox batting here in the bottom of the first inning. Of course, Sandoval starting all 7 games of the 2014 World Series against Kansas City at a .429 average in that World Series. .467 on base, a .536 slugging. Down and away, 2-2. Lately been powering up. 9 of his last 15 hits have gone for extra base hits. 3 homers and 6 doubles for the Panda. Sandoval lines it down the left field line, a fair ball. Orlando over to play it. Up to second base goes Betts, and the first 2 Red Sox have reached here in the first inning.
Nice job on the breaking ball by Sandoval. The curveball that's going to go away from him, actually off the outside part of the plate, and he just serves it in the left field on a line for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Sandoval. Plus the location of that base hit and the fact that Orlando was moved over in that direction, Betts had to stop at second base.
2 on, nobody out, and it brings up Xander Bogaerts. Xander at .312, 4 homers and 59 runs batted in. And last night off, pretty unusual for Bogaerts during the course of the season. He had started each of the Red Sox previous 49 games from June 21st through August the 18th. Takes strike 1. So a needed night off last night for Bogaerts. Torey Lovullo trying to get guys some time off here as we get towards the end of August and rotate that outfield so there's enough playing time for everybody out there. Little dribbler that is going to be a fair ball, and nice throw by Perez. Now a throw to third, and diving back is Moustakas. Kept that from headed towards the dugout. Royals throwing the ball around here a little bit. 1 down.
And the Royals defense is brought to you by DraftKings. They are 6th in the American League with 63 errors on the season. Mike Moustakas will be at third base. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. Ben Zobrist at second. Eric Hosmer at first. Left to right, Paulo Orlando, Lorenzo Cain, and Alex Rios. And Salvador Perez, who just made that play, doing the catching.
Torey Lovullo trying to figure out whether or not he was going to challenge that, fair or foul.
Now let's see. Did he get it while it was on the line? Ooh.
Very close.
Yeah, very close.
No challenge here for the Red Sox as second and third now. Salvador Perez showed off his arm with a gun to first base. Here is David Ortiz. .268, 26 home runs and 75 runs batted in for Big Papi. Tonight's key matchup is brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. David Ortiz against Danny Duffy. .375, 3 for 8, 3 RBIs. Royals not shifting against David. And it picks up the corner. Ortiz did not think so on a look back at David Rackley.
Yeah, no fastball for Ortiz on the 2-0 count. Gets the breaking ball, and David thought this ball might have been outside. Take a look in the Amica pit zone, and it appears to be outside. But Duffy gets the strike, and Ortiz can't believe it.
Apparently a little high, and it's now 3-1. Duffy giving it back-to-back hits to Betts and Sandoval before the little number in front of the plate for Xander Bogaerts for the first out of the inning. Dave Eiland, the pitching coach, looking on here for KC. Ball 4, and he walks Ortiz. So the bases are now loaded. Red Sox season ticket plans will soon be available for the 2016 season. For information about becoming a Red Sox season ticket holder, please call 617-226-6888 or visit redsox.com/season tickets today. So bases loaded, one down, and it'll bring up Hanley Ramirez. Only at .259 with 19 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Ramirez missed the first 2 games of the Red Sox series against the Indians. Before coming back, he had missed the previous 7 games. Fouling various pitches off his shins as that pitch missing for ball 1. Career .267 hitter with the bases loaded, 6 grand slams to his credit. 1 for 9 this year in that category. One part is a grand slam this season for Hanley. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Set safely in each of his last 5 games against the Royals. And a chance to do some damage here in the first inning against Danny Duffy. Oh, it kind of tied him up 1-2 on a fastball at 94.
Back-to-back fastballs, one inside part of the plate. This one elevated a little bit up above the belt and also inside.
Too far inside that time, and it's now 2-2. .455 this season against the Royals in 3 games, couple home runs, 4 RBIs for Hanley. Outfield deep end straight away for Kansas City. And Ramirez strikes out. He knew it. Takes with him the first strikeout for Duffy. 2 down. That's a big one.
It's almost like he was waiting for another breaking ball and never did get it. Let's take a look at the pitch sequence with the bases loaded. They start him off with a breaking ball. That's the last one he's going to see. Everything else is going to be fastballs inside. This one elevated a little bit. Back to a fastball again. That one for a ball, but this one for a strike. Inside corner. Fastballs in. One breaking ball to waste the first pitch of the at-bat. I wouldn't say wasted, but that's the only one that he saw.
Now here's Travis Shaw. 369, 6 homers and 11 runs batted in, and certainly enjoying the friendly confines of Fenway Park. He's been terrific at home so far for Boston in his young major league career. That'll bounce in for ball 2. 6 home runs in his first 23 major league games, including this one last night as part of the Red Sox victory against the Indians. 4 home runs for him in the last 6 games, and What a series against Cleveland, going 7 for 11. This marks his 5th career major league stint, and all of it has come this year. Very high for Duffy, and it's 3-0.
Salvador Perez with that very slow walk out to the mound to have a few words with Duffy, who has fallen behind here. 3 balls, no strikes with the bases loaded.
Base hits for Betts and Sandoval to begin the inning. Bogaerts grounding out. Ortiz walked to load the bases before Hanley Ramirez struck out. Next pitch should be the 25th of his first inning for Danny Duffy. And Shaw takes the strike. Ball 4, and he walks in a run. From third base comes Mookie Betts, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Second walk of the inning allowed by Duffy. This one costly.
That was able to get the 3-0 fastball over for the strike. With 3-1, he's going to miss. And misses up and away that time. Borderline pitch, but not going Duffy's way. He wanted it.
So bases reloaded, brings up Ryan Hanigan. Red Sox catcher at 248 coming in with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. On the ground towards shortstop, Escobar will shovel to second for 1, and that's all they need to end the inning. So the Red Sox leave them loaded, and some things said on the way by Duffy. Bases loaded walk. And leading it off here is Eric Hosmer. Kendrys Morales and Mike Moustakas scheduled to bat here in the inning. Royals coming to bat in the second. .318 average for Hosmer coming in. 14 homers and 72 runs batted in for the Royals first baseman. Miley threw 16 first inning pitches. After a leadoff base hit, got the double play and then a strikeout to get out of the inning pretty quickly. Carved foul, and it's 1-2.
Hosmer has faced Miley 5 times. He has 1 hit. You see the leaders in the American League in batting average. Field and Kipnis cruised in. Hosmer at .318.
Comes into tonight with a 10-game hitting streak. And takes a pitch in the dirt to even the count at 2-2. Since the All-Star break, he is third in the American League with a .387 batting average. There's Kendrys Morales waiting on deck here for KC. And a swing and a miss. Went chasing after that. Second strikeout of the night for Wade Miley. Well, tomorrow night, Charlie Moore catches up with East Boston native and Patriots Super Bowl champion Jermaine Wiggins. See how Wiggy handles the rough seas in Seabrook, New Hampshire, while saltwater fishing with the Mad Fisherman. Catch Charlie Moore outdoors tomorrow night at 11:30. Good to see Charlie, his wife Angela, here at the ballpark tonight. And we look forward to that tomorrow night. As the pitch is in there for strike 1 to Kendrys Morales. Another strike, staying low, and it is 0-2. Morales didn't think either was a strike. And it'll bounce in for ball one. Fouls it off himself, gets all the way down to Sandoval at third base, but a foul ball.
And Morales having a good season as a DH for the Kansas City Royals. 83 RBIs for Morales, sitting out of the 5 spot in the lineup.
He has taken over for Billy Butler's spot in the order. Ball came off the facade all the way back down to the playing surface again. Mike Moustakas waiting on deck here for the Royals. Framed and well framed there by Hannigan for strike 3. Morales not impressed with the work of the home plate umpire David Rackley.
No, he was not happy at all with that hole at bat from Rackley, the home plate umpire. This fastball down and in, and Morales can't believe that was called a strike. So a couple of pitches in that sequence of pitches did not go Morales' way.
Meek Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. 2 down in the inning as Mike Moustakas, the third baseman for the Royals. So it's a .270 average, 11 homers and 44 runs batted in. Sharply hit on the ground. Rutledge, a bobble, and he still has time and gets Moustakas. So he stayed with it and still got him. A 1-2-3 second, a 1-0 Red Sox lead. Privacy policy. Well, you look at the records, and the Cardinals are #1 right now, and it is amazing to me how the St. Louis Cardinals year in and year out stay so consistent, Jerry.
Yeah, I think I'll answer that last question about the end of October. I'm going to stay on the safe side in this one.
That's kind of cheating, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. It might be, yeah.
Now Jackie Bradley Jr. leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. .247 average coming into tonight for Bradley. He's got 4 home runs in his last 8 games. In fact, each of his last 8 hits have gone for extra bases. 3 homers, 5 doubles. It's been a very good stretch for him offensively. As he takes ball 3. Bradley last night with a 3-run home run as part of the Red Sox victory in the ball game. This one off the bottom of the light tower. Wasn't entirely sure if it had left the yard. He got the news and then came all the way around. Now a foul fly off to the left out of play.
Now we saw a couple of opposite field home runs last night. Travis Shaw hitting one, Bradley hitting one.
Foul back, still 3-2. Josh Rutledge, then Mookie Betts expected in the second inning. Red Sox getting a run in the first on a bases loaded walk. Well, a foul tip that Perez can't hold on to.
Pretty good at bat right here by Jackie Bradley Jr. 8 pitches so far against the left-hander. Fouling that tip off, that ball off right off the top of the glove of Perez.
Jam, but fouls it back.
Twilight right now at Fenway. A little tough to see those pop-ups. Fly balls. Tough Sky.
On the ground to first base. It's gathered by Hosmer. He'll take it to the bag for out number 1. Well, follow the Red Sox all season with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or your tablet today. One down in the second inning with Josh Rutledge coming up. Another very good crowd on hand here tonight at Fenway Park. Seeing this very good Kansas City Royals ball club. Only visit of the year here to Fenway. Rutledge hitting at 190 so far. No homers and a run batted in, and getting the start at second base tonight. Rockhold getting the beginning of the game off. This one fouled off to the right, out of play.
Yeah, during batting practice and just prior to the game, I saw a lot of Kansas City fans around that visiting dugout. So a good contingent of Kansas City fans coming to watch their club here at Fenway Park.
What a year last year was for them, and this likely could be another run to the World Series again. Nice grab, 2 hands. On the ground, foul, still 1-2. Raining in Baltimore again tonight. Minnesota playing against the Orioles tonight. Camden Yards. Seems like it's rained every night this week. As this one will bounce in, and it is 2-2.
What they need, Don, is they need a front to come through and get all that rain out of there.
What Baltimore needs to do is win some games right now. A crucial time of the year. They have fallen 5 games back now of the Yankees in the AL East. There's a ground ball left side. Diving is Moustakas, gets up and has no play. So Rutledge able to beat it out with 1 out here in the second inning.
Yeah, nice effort by Moustakas down at third base. He dives, he does make the play, but then had a little trouble getting back to his feet. The time he stops that slide, you could see that he had a little trouble with getting his balance once he got back up, and couldn't find the handle of the baseball either. Decided to not make that throw to first base, and that's the wise decision.
1 out, 1 on, and Mookie Betts singled to left field in the first inning. One of 3 Boston hits on the night against Danny Duffy. Just outside of third and foul. Well, Saturday on NESN, catch one of the most prestigious horse competitions in North America, the Silver Oak Jumper Tournament. Witness the grace and precision of Olympic level show jumping. Don't miss the Silver Oak Jumper Tournament Saturday at 5. 1 out, Rutledge at first base. Boston batting here in the second, and Mookie Betts down 0-2. He goes after it, strikes out. That's 2 Ks now for Duffy and 2 down in the inning.
Both strikeouts coming on fastballs. An inside fastball to Hanley Ramirez and a high fastball. It's on the Mookie Betts. They wanted to go outside. It stays out over the plate, but it's up and out of the zone, and Betts can't control the bat. Certainly the wrist break. He goes around, and the strikeout called.
So 2 down, Rutledge at first, and Pablo Sandoval the batter. Singled to left field in the first inning. Wild swing and a miss there, evens the count at 1-1.
And keeping the first two pitches away from Sandoval, the breaking ball then followed by the fastball away.
It seems like Sandoval has been a little bit more patient at the plate. Now that's not saying a lot. However, he has drawn 9 walks in 26 games since the All-Star break after he walked only 3 times in the first half of the season. As he fouls this one back to the screen. So, proof positive in the numbers that he has been more patient at the plate, however little patience that is.
22 walks total on the season. I didn't realize he only had 3 in the first half.
It was to first base on the out of Sandoval that wraps up the second inning. 1-0 Boston through 2. New England. A lively crowd here tonight at Fenway Park as we head to the third inning. And this one down the line at first and into right field off the bat of Salvador Perez. The Royals catcher's got himself a base hit to begin things here in the third.
And going to the opposite field right down that first base line on a fastball that was middle of the plate. Perez now has faced Miley 4 times. He's 4 for 4 against him with a home run.
Lead runner on for the second time in 3 innings now for Kansas City. And here is Alex Rios. 232, 2 homers, and 21 runs batted in. And a single in the first inning last night at Cincinnati, which snapped an 0 for 13 skid for Rios. On the ground softly towards Sandoval, charging in on the run and in time. High throw, but Shaw is tall and reels it in. Perez takes second base on the ground out to third.
A nice job by Sandoval on that. Ball bouncing down that third base line, not hit hard at all, and he's able to play it into a pretty good hop right there. And then the throw to first base a little bit high, but Travis Shaw goes up the ladder to get it.
Runner at second, 1 down, and Paulo Orlando checks in at 241, 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. Takes a look at strike 1 from Miley. Miley with 3 strikeouts, not walked anybody. Working with a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the third inning. Down 0-2.
Another good changeup by Miley. He's done a good job so far in this game, keeping pitches down in the zone. Excellent changeup here, working away.
Popped up, shallow right. Rutledge ducks back and reels it in for the second out here of the third inning. Well, this summer, pump up the fun with Irving Oil. You could win a Ford Escape, a Can-Am Spider, $5,000 in cash, or other great instant prizes. Visit a participating Irving Oil, irvingfun.com for details. Leadoff single by Perez has him at second base with 2 down here in the third, and brings up Alcides Escobar. Escobar has 1 of 2 Kansas City hits in the game. He started with a single in the first inning, but was quickly erased on a 4-6-3 double play. Popped up foul off to the right, and now ahead is Miley, 0-2. On deck, Ben Zobrist playing second base tonight. Royals are 22 games over 500 at home. They're 42-20 at home. On the road at 31-26, and of course coming in with 73 wins on the year.
Well, that's taking advantage of your home ballpark, isn't it?
Sure is.
That's quite a record at home.
Only playing 500 baseball against the American League East at 10-10. Ground ball to short. Xander Bogaerts for out number 3 of the inning. 1-0. Red Sox have the lead through 2.5. Fox. Now it is Xander Bogaerts leading it off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jumping on the first pitch, fouls it off to the right and out of play.
That was a changeup by Duffy. I think that's the first changeup he's thrown in the game. 84 miles an hour. There's that circle change grip, and you see the rotation moving away from Bogaerts.
One pitch is in there for strike 2. 1-2. It'll be Bogaerts, Ortiz, and Ramirez here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On the ground right side, and to the forehand goes Hosmer. He'll flip and safe at first base. Head first slide for Bogaerts.
Very good hustle by Bogaerts down the line. First of all, it was a nice play by Hosmer. Hosmer is a very, very good defensive first baseman. But you see the picture, how they fall off to the third base side, and then it becomes a foot race. And Bogaerts is going to win it with the head-first dive into first base. Duffy could not keep up with Bogaerts getting over there covering first base.
Lead runner on here in the 3rd inning as Dave Dombrowski in his 2nd official day on the job. Well, principal owner John Henry looking on tonight. Red Sox have a 1-0 advantage. This one foul back off to the left. David walked in the 1st inning. One of 2 walks given up by Danny Duffy. Well, it's time for tonight's Twisted but True Fact. With Chase Utley being traded to the Dodgers, David Ortiz is now the longest tenured player with the same team in Major League Baseball. Twisted Tea is the hard iced tea. Tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. David not chasing there, and it is 1-2. Not shifting on Ortiz right now. We do play him to pull, especially in the outfield with Lorenzo Cain over towards right center.
Both pitches 3 and 4 trying to get him to chase the breaking ball off the plate.
Hanley Ramirez waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss, and Ortiz with a big hack there. Turn around to see what that pitch was. He asked David Rackley. It is the 3rd strikeout for Duffy.
And David Ortiz upset with himself at not making contact on that pitch. He was well underneath that. That ball was between the letters and the belt. Ortiz asking if the pitch was high. It did not appear to be high.
It was above his bat, though. So 1 on, 1 out. And it'll bring up Hanley Ramirez. Fouled off to the right and out of play. Well, DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into one-day fantasy baseball contest today using promo code NESSN. One on, 1 out. And Hanley Ramirez batting here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On the ground and diving at third. Moustakas from his knees to second base for the force out. They get Bogaerts on a close play at second base. 2 down. Let's send it down to Gary.
What's going on, guys? Hey, if there was a secret formula to guys having success at the plate, I'm pretty sure we'd see a lot of guys batting 1,000 in this league. There's really nothing tangible that you can put your finger on unless you're talking to people like Travis Shaw, who have recently been called up from the AAAs, making their ways to the majors. And it was the same case last year when I was talking to Garen Cecchini or Bryce Brentz. When they were making their call-ups, they were saying that one major factor that legitimately helps them at the plate is the lights are better. And it might sound trivial that, just a couple, better bulbs and bigger lights actually help them on the bigger stage. But every single one of them, and to a man across the board, say it actually does benefit them, obviously, during these night games.
Yeah, no doubt, Jerry. We talked about that before. That is definitely a key factor.
Absolutely. When you come to the big leagues from the minor leagues, you can't believe the difference in the lighting in the ballparks. And, when we go back down to the minor leagues, it's like you're playing a game in the dark.
Takes a look at the breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-2. We notice it certainly during spring training in the different venues.
Yeah. Yeah, some are pretty bad at night. Very, very dark.
In the air to left field. Good opposite field power, and this ball is going to be high off the wall. Orlando plays the carom. To third base goes Ramirez on a double by Shaw.
See, this is what is impressing me with Shaw, the fact that he can use the whole field. When he first came up, I originally thought he was strictly a pull hitter, but he has proven otherwise. He takes his fastball down and away, and he takes it off that left field wall, and that's great for him. I mean, if he's able to go in that direction with that big wall out there in left field, there's a lot of hits that can be had. This ball not missing a home run by very much, way at the top of the wall.
So second and third, 2 down, and Ryan Hanigan with a chance here to do some damage. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead, but I'd like to tack on some more. Already left 4 men on base through the first 2 innings. And there is strike 1 to Hanigan. Hanigan's second look at Duffy. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Foul tipped, 0-2.
Best velocity we've seen tonight from Duffy. That last fastball at 94 miles an hour. Elevated up about letter high, and no contact by Hanigan.
Fouled and glances off of Salvador Perez and back into the seats. Hanley Ramirez at third base. Travis Shaw at second base. 2 down here in the Boston third inning. Duffy coming into this game with a record of 6-5, a 4.03 earned run average. 19th start of the year for the left-hander. And a ground ball, base hit into center field for Hanigan. Ramirez will score. Shaw being waved around, and the Red Sox take a 3-0 lead. A 2-run single for Ryan Hanigan.
A good job there by Hanigan with 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. Gets the breaking ball from Duffy, rolls up the home plate, and Hanigan tops it up the middle for the base hit. 2 RBIs for Hanigan there, gives him a total of 12 now on the season. Red Sox have the 3-0 lead.
Now Jackie Bradley, his second at bat of the night, grounded out to Eric Hosmer at first base in the second inning. Line to right, and this ball's going to get down and roll around. Hanigan is going to be waved around third base. Throw is headed back to second. Hanigan will score. No throw to third. Jackie Bradley Jr.'s got himself a triple and an RBI, and the Red Sox have themselves a 4-0 lead.
I was a little bit surprised. I thought that they were going to try to come home to get Hanigan, who was trying to score from first base. Here's Bradley. Nice swing, getting on top of the high fastball that time and putting it on a line. And here's where I thought Rios was going to go back toward home plate, but instead he goes to second base. So there's no question that Hanigan right now is going to be able to score.
So the Red Sox have scored 3 times here in the bottom of the third inning and take a 4-0 lead. As Josh Rutledge coming up, reached on an infield hit in the second inning. 12th extra base hit in the last 9 games now for Jackie Bradley Jr. Duffy gave up a run in the first, and so far 3 here in the third. Foul tipped, and it's 1-2. Red Sox out hitting the Royals so far in this game, 7-2. 94 on the fastball, but off the mark, and already 75 pitches now for Danny Duffy through 2 2/3 innings. Royals do not have action yet. Inside out swing and a pop-up foul out of play.
Well, you talk about the time that they arrived in Boston last night. I imagine Duffy flew ahead and was probably the only guy that's rested on this whole Kansas City club after that very late arrival.
Out of the hotel about 5:30 this morning after a long rain delay in a 3-hour and 40-minute ball game last night.
That's always pleasant, that 5:30 arrival. It's, you know, the USA Today is outside your door before you even go to bed. And then by the time Don's finished unpacking everything,
it's about 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Backups to his backup suits.
Yeah. Happened twice in the last road trip. Here's a pop-up left side of the Royals infield. Moustakas will make the catch that ends the inning, but the Red Sox scored 3 times, take a 4-0 lead. Over the Kansas City Royals as we enter the 4th inning. Big bottom of the 3rd for Boston, scoring 3 runs for Wade Miley. And Ben Zobrist leads it off here for Kansas City. Zobrist rounding into a 4-6-3 double play in the 1st inning. Fly ball center field. Mookie Betts over towards right center. And he'll make the catch for the first out of the fourth inning. By putting people and communities first, Eastern Bank helps make good things happen. Watch how good things are happening to local people at easternbank.com/goodthingshappen. Well, nice night here at Fenway Park. We started tonight at 75 degrees. And the Red Sox bats have been warm tonight. They have 4 runs on 7 hits. Miley so far so good. 3 1/3 deep into his outing. Second time Lorenzo Cain has faced Miley. Cain struck out swinging in the first inning. 3 strikeouts on the night for the Red Sox left-hander. Take the family to Fenway one last time before summer is over with the Red Sox end of summer family pack through Sundays. Package includes game tickets, free parking, a free duck boat ride to and from Fenway, and a free hot dog as well as a Coke. It's a great deal for the whole family. 1-2 pitch down and in. Evens the count at 2-2. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, half-hearted at that. Cain strikes out for the second time tonight.
Let's take a look at the 4 strikeouts against a team that's the toughest in the American League. 2 strikeouts. First of all, against Cain back in the first inning. That comes on a changeup. Hosmer on a breaking ball. And then a fastball to Morales. Cain one more time on the breaking ball. A slider down and in. So 4 strikeouts tonight so far for Wade Miley.
2 down here in the fourth inning brings up Eric Hosmer. Mentioned the lead the Royals have heading into tonight's action. 14.5 games over the Minnesota Twins in the AL Central. It's the largest lead for a Royals club since possessing a 15-game advantage after play was completed on September 23rd of 1980. The year Kansas City won its first American League championship. And it wasn't always like this during the season. In fact, the Minnesota Twins had quite a pretty good year for the most part, hanging around.
Yeah, it seems like just about a month ago, They were about 4 games back, 5 games back.
Very much in the mix, but they really had tailed off. Minnesota's still in the wild card race. They're 4 games out. Johnny Cueto joining the club, and we'll see him in this series. There's a ground ball right side, a bounding ball. Rutledge from short right throws out. Hosmer, a 1-2-3 fourth inning, a 4-0 Red Sox lead. Mookie Betts, Pablo Sandoval, Xander Bogaerts. Betts with a single in the first inning, then struck out in the second. Pitching line brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. 3 + 7 hits, 4 runs. 80th pitch coming up. That one just drops on Mookie Betts. Duffy with a long first inning, only gave up 1 run, but Red Sox got to him for 3 in the third. Now a line drive to center that hangs up long enough for Cain to make the catch. Here's the rundown for a limited time. Sign up for a free checking account with Eastern Bank and get $100. Just text money to 36698. Message and data rates may apply. 1 down here in the fourth inning. Nice night to be in the bleachers here. Nice breeze here at the ballpark tonight. Game time temperature of 75 degrees. Curveball that will miss to Pablo Sandoval. Already batting for the 3rd time tonight. Sandoval sliding into the 2 spot in the Red Sox order. He is singled and grounded out. On the ground softly right side. Late reaction by Duffy, but he does have time to get over there for the second out. Little stutter step as you get over to first base. Let's take a closer look at what's ahead for the Red Sox. Tomorrow's starters. Mentioned Johnny Cueto in this series. He'll pitch tomorrow against Henry Owens. Cueto, since becoming a Kansas City Royal, 2-1 with a 1.80. While Henry Owens in the majors, 1-1 with a 6.19. This closer look is brought to you by FW Web. Selection, expertise, solutions, more at FWWeb.com.
Now that was quite a pickup for the Kansas City Royals. Johnny Cueto coming over, and on the right, you see Owens, who will be working in the ball game tomorrow night here at Fenway.
2 down for Xander Bogaerts. Xander, the little number in front of the plate in the first inning, was retired 2-3. And reached on an infield hit, diving head first into the bag at first in the third inning.
Good slider that time from Duffy, down and in on Bogaerts.
So in 4 of his last 5 has Duffy. And a ground ball back to him, able to field it on the third base side, and the throw is in time. First 1-2-3 inning for Duffy. It's 4-0 Boston. 4-0 Red Sox on top of the Royals as KC comes to bat here in the 5th inning. Kendrys Morales taking a pitch downstairs. It's now 6 in a row retired by Wade Miley. Morales getting his second look at Miley. Struck out looking in the second inning and takes a good look at a strike right down the middle there. 1-1. So far, Miley pretty good, economical on the night. We'll skip in for ball 2. Miley coming in at 9-9 with a 4.58 ERA. 25th start of the year for Miley. One last time out against Seattle. Stanley, the official tools of the Boston Red Sox when you demand performance in action on the job site. Nice place to have dinner.
Any place is a good place to have dinner.
It's inside. That's meant like a window seat. I mean, pretty good here.
Yeah.
Not a bad view on the monster seats here to have your dinner.
We could have dinner right here in the booth.
You're right.
Like same kind of thing.
Back to the mound. Miley with a nice play off to his right, and Morales retired.
And Miley doing a great job in this game, keeping the ball down, and it was pretty much the same thing in his last outing when he pitched against the Seattle Mariners. One big hop to Miley certainly helps to get that bounce a little bit high. And Miley falling off to third base side a little bit makes that play fairly easily.
One down in the 5th for Mike Moustakas. Grounded out to Josh Rutledge at second base in the second inning. 0 for 1. Now he drives this down the right field line towards the pole and around it for a home run. Mike Moustakas with his 12th home run of the year gets Kansas City on the board. Breaks up a string of 7 in a row retired by Miley, and it's now 4-1 Boston.
Moustakas really turned that fastball around from Miley. A line drive that's going to stay in fair territory. Fastball inside. He's able to get the barrel of the bat out and line it hard down that right field line. Moustakas has been active in this game. Couple of diving plays at third base. Now the home run.
14th home run allowed by Miley on the season, as he now deals with the Royals catcher Salvador Perez. On the ground, but positioned perfectly was Rutledge. A little bobble out there, but had plenty of time to recover. 2 down. Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center first aid station behind Section 12 in the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox.
And a couple of bobbles tonight out by Rutledge at second base, but he's been able to regroup, get to the bobbles with his bare hand and make the outs at first base.
2 down here in the 5th. There's a look at the bobble.
Yeah, coming up about belt high on him, but didn't get very far away from him, and he's got a very strong throwing arm to first base.
To center field, and that's in for a base hit in front of Betts. A 2-out single for Alex Rios. 4th hit of the night now for Kansas City. So Miley will now have to deal with the number 9 man, and Paulo Orlando coming up here. Orlando popped out to Rutledge at second base in the 3rd inning. Half-hearted swing there, kind of changed his mind in the middle.
Yeah, completely full that time on a first pitch changeup from Miley.
Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, Gary Streisky from Fenway Park. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Royals. No 1 pitch coming to Orlando. Fooled him again, 0-2.
Now back-to-back changeups from Miley to quickly get ahead. So he's got to go trips on the changeup. No slider that time, not his changeup. Jumped ahead of myself there, down with the trips.
There, yeah.
Fastball inside.
And it's to third as Sandoval go to second for the force out that ends the inning. Moustakas gets a home run. Let's take a look at the Red Sox box score. 4-1, Red Sox have the lead. David Ortiz leading it off and lining one down off the tarp and back into the seats. Danny Duffy back on the mound here for Kansas City, fresh off his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing. This is line to left. Orlando is there on a sinking liner. They were positioned perfectly, as it turned out, for the first out of the inning. Well, NESN would like to thank you for pledging your support during the 14th annual WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Your contributions helped raise over $3 million. From all of us at NESN, WEEI, the Red Sox, and the Jimmy Fund, we thank all of you for your support.
That's great, getting over $3 million in the 2-day event.
We thank all the volunteers and everybody who made it possible here for the last 2 days as well. And heard from a lot of the doctors and patients over the 2 nights, and it really is amazing the partnership the Red Sox have with the Jimmy Fund. And you look across the majors, you look across all of Major League sports, and a lot of teams trying to replicate that kind of partnership, but it starts with the Red Sox and the Jimmy Fund. As Hanley Ramirez fouls that one off Perez, and it staggers him.
Let's see where this ball hits. It hits off the shin guard, right off the knee. It looks like he might have lost his balance as he goes back to the backside. That's a big dude, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
He is a big, big catcher.
And he's fun to watch, too.
Yeah, he's really a good player.
Right now, you can get up to 60 months with no interest on anything at Jordan's Furniture. Furnish one room or your entire home. Best of all, you get to enjoy it now. Visit Jordans.com for details. So Salvador Perez, all right, one down and a 1-1. As Ramirez lifting a pop-up. The shortstop Escobar in the outfield lawn. 2 down in the inning.
Let's go back to the third inning. Look at the Red Sox scoring. Shaw going off the wall to the opposite field for a double. Then Hannigan with a base hit up the middle on a breaking ball to drive in 2 runs. And then Jackie Bradley Jr. gets on top of a high fastball and takes it right down that right field line for a triple. Drives in a run. All the runs coming with 2 outs in the inning.
Two down for Travis Shaw. .92 pitches right now. It's the average for Duffy. His high is 113. Shaw tonight has walked and doubled. Walk coming with the bases loaded in the first inning. So he picked up an RBI, his 12th of the year. Chris Medlin up in the pen right now for Kansas City. Looked to last year in their postseason run, and really one of the great strengths of their ball club was their bullpen. With some good power arms. Pitched 95 for Duffy. 2-2. In the dirt for ball 3. 6 in a row now retired by Duffy, who settled into this outing. Give up 1 in the first, 3 in the third. Ryan Hannigan, who had a 2-run single in the third, waits on deck. Saturday on Dining Playbook, Billy and Jenny explore Foxborough and check out the best spot to eat after a Patriots game. Plus, Jenny tries rooftop yoga and tells you the stops you need to make when you're cruising Newbury Street. Catch Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9. Shaw lines out to the second baseman Zobrist to end the inning. Through 5 from Fenway, 4-1 Boston. Boston as summer continues, and we play into the 6th inning with the Red Sox on top 4-1. Alcides Escobar lifts a fly ball out to right field, where Bradley Jr. is out there to make the catch for the first out of the 6th inning. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Escobar 1 for 3 in the ball game. Brings up Ben Zobrist, who's grounded into a double play and flied out to center. Wade Miley, 72 pitches deep. His delivery is going to be a little bit low. Ben Zobrist traded to the Royals on July the 28th from the Oakland A's. We've seen so much of his career over the years with the Tampa Bay Rays, and talk about versatility. All over the place for Joe Madden when he was with the Rays, and an all-star. Sixth in the American League in on base percentage since the All-Star break at .448. On the ground, foul. Well, don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will break down tonight's game. You'll hear from Wade Miley, whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? Sharply hit and fouled down towards the photographer's well beyond the Royals dugout. Four runs, 7 hits, no errors for Boston. A run, 4 hits, no errors for KC. Miley last time out going 7 innings against Seattle in that win, throwing 113 pitches. Here he is in the 6th with 1 out. And he strikes out Ben Zobrist. That's 5 Ks now for Miley, 2 down.
A lot of his strikeouts tonight have come on off-speed pitches, whether it be a slider or a changeup. This one on a changeup, a high changeup, but still no contact by Ben Zobrist out in front of the pitch.
Two down here in the 6th inning. Lorenzo Cain. This one in the air to left center field. On the run is Ramirez, and he'll get there. Hanley getting over into left center to make the grab. 5.5 done. Game is Chris Medlin into the game here. His 7th appearance, 1-0 with a 3.18 earned run average, 12 strikeouts to 5 walks. And opponents at 179 against Medlin. He comes in for Danny Duffy with the first 5 innings tonight.
It's kind of a comeback season for Medlin. He had Tommy John surgery last year that kept him out all of 2014.
So Duffy on the hook as he departs, going 5 innings, allowing 7 hits and 4 runs. Walked 2, both of them in the first inning, and struck out 3. Now Ryan Hannigan leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th. He will take strike 1. We talked about the Royals bullpen, key to their success last year and again this year. A nifty 2.39 earned run average collectively in the pen.
I guess no coincidence there that the 2 top teams in baseball, the Cardinals and the Royals, are the top in the bullpens. Cardinals number 1, Royals number 2.
St. Louis heading into tonight's action with 77 wins. Kansas City second in all the majors with 73 wins. On the ground, third baseman Mike Moustakas. 1 out here in the 6th inning. And let's get ourselves a game break brought to you by Jordan's Furniture Store, the Boston Red Sox. Adam? All right, Adam, thanks very much. Back here at Fenway, Red Sox holding on to a 4-1 advantage with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jackie Bradley Jr. taking a look at ball 1. There's now 8 in a row retired by Royals pitching. As Medlin gets the first batter that he faces, and Ryan Hannigan. In the air to right field, struck pretty well. Rios going back, and he'll have plenty of room to make the catch. One kind of knocked that ball down, blowing from right to left across the outfield. 2 down. Well, it's easy to start earning DD Perks rewards. Download the Dunkin' mobile app and enroll any DD card and perks right on the app. Message and data rates may apply. For full terms of use, visit DunkinDonuts.com. Red Sox Nation runs on Dunkin'. 2 outs here in the 6th inning for Josh Rutledge. Rutledge had a single in the infield at third base in the 2nd inning, and then popped out to the third baseman Mike Moustakas in the 3rd. That's a strike, and it's 1-2.
And so far, we've seen the fastball, the curveball, and the changeup from Medlen.
Last pitched on Tuesday in a 13-inning victory against the Cincinnati Reds. He pitched the 12th inning and got his first win out of the pen since September of 2013. In there for strike 3, and it freezes Rutledge. It's now 10 in a row retired by Royals pitching, but it's 4-1 Boston. Hits in just the 1 run as Hosmer stands in, and that one bouncing into the plate and by Hannigan. Hosmer's third AB of the night against Miley. Struck out against him in the second, grounded out second base in the fourth, 0 for 2. Wrap foul off to the left, and it's 2-1.
Hosmer a little bit late on the 2-0 fastball that time from Miley.
Now 6+ now, 6 of his last 7 starts for Miley, getting deeper into games. And there's a fly ball to right field that Bradley comes in and over on. Wynn's playing with it a little bit, but he makes the adjustment. Well, stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Uno's. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will have the latest on the AL East and the wild card races. One out here in the 7th, 5 in a row retired by Miley. Brings up Kendrys Morales. 1 for 2 in the game. He has struck out, grounded back to the mound. Morales fouls it off. Ball on 2 strikes. First broken to the big leagues with the Angels. In Seattle, Minnesota, back to Seattle again, and now in his first year in Kansas City. First year in the big leagues, 06. Wraps it foul into the Kansas City dugout. Got in there sharply. That's now Mike Moustakas waiting on deck with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. '90th pitch, and that one's grounded foul too.
A couple of pitches inside. Let's see if Miley goes to a changeup. Did that down and away from Morales.
See the pitch breakdown per inning tonight. Very economical lately.
Ooh, there it was. Changeup down and away and just missed. I really don't know how Morales stayed off that pitch. Couple of pitches inside, then back away with the off-speed pitch. Very good pitch by Miley.
Line to right center field, and that's going to get in for a hit. Bradley's over quickly to play it on a hop. A 1-out single for Morales.
That's a pretty good at bat for Morales right there. I mean, he stayed off a very tough pitch on the one before, and Miley comes back again, and you can see this time he rifles it on a line to right field.
One out, one on, and it brings up Mike Moustakas. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, Gary Striewski with you from Fenway Park for game one of a 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Royals. Red Sox scoring with a run in the first 3 in the third before the Royals picked up a run in the fifth. It is 4-1 Boston. Framed nicely by Hannigan. In the dirt, and a ball and a strike down to Moustakas. Single by Morales broke up a string of 5 in a row, retired by Miley. Hooked foul down the right field line, back into the grandstand.
Moustakas responsible for the only run tonight for the Royals, and that was a home run, a fastball inside that he cleans out on a line. Down that right field line, and Moustakas picking up his 14th home run. Excuse me, his 12th home run of the season.
Another beach ball getting out in center field, so a slight delay. Too far outside, and it's 2-2 now. On deck is Salvador Perez with one out, and Kendrys Morales at first base. Grounded softly right side. Shift is on, and a throw to second base where Bogaerts covers for the force shot of Morales. It was Rutledge on the right side who grabbed that ball, and reaching on the fielder's choice is Moustakas.
You can see Sandoval playing between first and second base, but it's Rutledge who stays in that second base position and able to get the lead runner at second with the 3-run lead. A little trouble getting the ball out of his glove right there, but they do get the force out.
2 down, Moustakas at first base, and here's Salvador Perez. Lunging after that pitch, down and away, a fastball at 91 miles an hour.
Well, that fastball had an awful lot of movement on it, too, down and away from Perez.
Off balance, and it's 0-2.
Same location, down and away, but different pitch. Changeup this time. Fastball followed by the change, and the off-balance swing right there by Salvador Perez.
Different pitches, but the result the same.
Exactly, Don. Very good point.
I wrapped it up. Pitch hundo. And it is in the air, foul off to the right, out of play. 7th straight game with 100 or more for Wade Miley. Gets him here into the 7th inning with 2 down. And 2 strikes to Salvador Perez. Little bloop into right field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Moustakas will stop at second as Bradley dances his way back in, and it's now first and second with 2 outs. And the Royals will bring the tying run to the plate here.
Perez 2 for 3 on the night. We mentioned he came into the game 3 for 3 with a home run against Miley. He's now 2 for 3 in this game. That looked to be the changeup too, and looking straight up in the air was Perez. He had no idea where the baseball was, and then he finds it when it drops out in right field. Moustakas has to hold at second base.
Now Carl Willis going to run out there as the Red Sox quickly get some action up in the pen. Alexi Ogando first up for the Red Sox in the pen. Right now, he's ticketed as super savings on all Red Sox tickets. Tickets start at just $9. The New York Yankees game start at just $33. Supplies are limited, so visit aceticket.com right now for super savings. There's not 33 games left against the Yankees. It costs you $33.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
It'd be quite a story if we had 33 games left against
a lot of
New
games
York,
left against the first place team. You could win the division if you had that many left.
You still have a chance.
Yeah. So 2 on, 2 down, and it brings up Alex Rios. He is grounded out to third, single to center. Line to center field. Mookie Betts is there to make the catch. Little late lunge on that one. Let's take a look at the updated Red Sox.
Coming with 2 outs. That was the big inning for the Red Sox, and it started with Shore going up off the wall to the opposite field. Hannigan got a breaking ball after that, takes it up the middle for 2 RBIs, and then Jackie Bradley Jr. a triple as he gets on top of a high fastball and rifles it down that right field line for the 3 bases and another RBI.
It's on here to the bottom of the 7th inning. And the top of the Red Sox order, Mookie Betts, his 4th at bat of the game, 1 for 3, single back in the first inning. Chris Medlin back on the mound here for Kansas City. 1, 2, 3, 6th inning, including a strikeout of Rutledge. Kansas City pitching, having retired the last 10 Red Sox in a row. This one turned on by Betts. Well, tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, get the latest on Tom Brady's lawsuit and hear what the Patriots are doing to prepare for their preseason game against the Saints. That's tonight on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. Three balls and a strike to Mookie Betts. On the ground and by the dive, but Moustakas at third base into left. Second hit of the night for Betts.
I look for Betts to try to run if Sandoval gives him an opportunity. Of course, Pablo swings at a lot of first pitches, but good time to run. You got a 3-run lead. It's late in the ball game. There's that fastball inside that Betts cleans out for the base hit.
Sandoval, a single in the first inning. Since then has grounded out twice. Quick check on him, and back to the bag is Mookie Betts.
You know, when you think about it, Don, I would bet that Sandoval is a pretty good hit and run guy because he can hit about anything, no matter where it is.
Not a bad 2-hitter. He usually makes contact. Takes this time and takes a strike. Big rip there, and it's 0-2.
Sandoval probably surprised himself by taking the first pitch. So what does he do? He chases the high fastball on the second pitch. That ball about shoulder high.
Base hit by Betts to begin the inning. Broke up a string of 10 in a row retired by Royals pitching.
Has a deke that time by Perez, the catcher. When he gave the signal, he pounded his glove into the dirt to make Sandoval think they were going downstairs with the pitch. Instead, they elevated the fastball way out of the strike zone.
Line to right. Rios out there in right field makes the catch for the first out of the inning. We'll join Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson at the Marshfield Cask and Flagon on Tuesday for their summer soiree. There'll be a margarita and taco bar, live entertainment, silent auction, and live raffle. All proceeds benefit the Magical Moon Foundation. Tickets can be purchased at the door on Tuesday at the Cask in Marshfield. 1 out, 1 on here in the last half of the 7th inning, and brings up Xander Bogaerts. He's grounded out twice, reached on an infield hit in the 3rd. Average at 312 as a quick throw over, and Betts able to get back. Another one, and Betts diving back this time.
Now with the right hand with the plate, Mookie has a chance to maybe peek in and check out the sign, see if they call for a breaking ball, if he can get a good look at the signs.
Picks up the corner that time. Snap throw to first, and Betts is just back. Perez making a bid down there at first base.
Yeah, Perez wanted to do that. You see him give the sign. He wanted to give a fastball and away. So that's going to give him an opportunity right there, if there's no contact, to make that attempt to pick off at first base. Betts has to go back diving in toward the backside, the outfield side of the bag.
Line is centered in for a base hit for Xander Bogaerts as Betts takes second base. Red Sox have 2 on with 1 away.
Now Bogaerts seeing 3 pitches in that at bat. The first 2 pitches were fastballs. Fastball inside for a strike. Then they go fastball away to try to pick off the runner at first base. Then they go breaking ball, and Bogaerts takes it right up the middle for the base hit.
Now Salvador Perez out to talk to Chris Medlin here with 1 out, 2 on. And David Ortiz coming up. Well, tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Steve Lyons will be joined by Alex Spear to talk about the young starters in the Red Sox rotation. Single by Betts, a line out to right by Sandoval, single to center for Bogaerts. 2 on, 1 away. And Ortiz takes ball 1. There's a strike. David takes it, 1-1. Breaking ball that time for Medlin. Ortiz does not have a hit in the ball game tonight. And coming in with an 11-game hitting streak into tonight's action. Foul back, and Ortiz down 1-2.
Outside Medlin was able to get inside on David. He gets that fastball in and kind of tied him up for the foul ball. See the hands come in close to the body trying to get to that inside fastball.
Bouncing in, 2-2. That's at second. Bogaerts at first with one out. The Boston seventh inning. Two. Ortiz lifts a fly ball to left field. Incoming is Orlando, and he'll make the catch. Runners have to stay where they're at. 2 down in the inning. Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 commitment once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. Medlin going to work on his right cleat with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 2 on. Prepares to deal with Hanley Ramirez. Betts at second. Bogaerts at first. On the ground to short. Escobar will go to first base and get Ramirez and end the inning. We are through 7. It is 4-1 Boston. City, and Miley starts the 8th inning. 102 pitches deep into his outing. Orlando taking ball 1. Alexia Gondo up in the pen for Boston. Had been last inning and still up in the pen. Carved foul, 1-1. A very good outing tonight from Miley. Certainly when you take into consideration the lineup he is dealing with. One blemish, the home run by Moustakas in the 5th inning, his 12th home run of the year. Kansas City has left 4 men on through the first 7. And Miley just missed.
And Hannigan wanted that real bad. He thought he had the bottom of the strike zone on that changeup. It looked like a pretty good pitch.
Off balance cut there, and it evens.
Yeah, right back to the changeup again for Miley. That time not a strike, but the swing at it is Orlando.
On the ground at third base, Sandoval. Throw off the mark, and it pulls Shaw off the bag. Orlando will reach to begin things here in the 8th.
That looked like it was going to be the first out of the inning. Instead, it turns into a base runner. There's the crow hop step, but the throw goes awry from Sandoval, and it really draws Shaw off that first base bag, and Sandoval not happy with himself after that throw.
So Orlando on at first base, and CD's Escobar coming up. Her charge to Sandoval on the throw. Escobar 1 for 3 in the ball game, singled back in the first inning. This will get away briefly. Hannigan turns and fires to second, and it won't be in time. The umpire actually blocked that get by Hannigan, and the umpire Rackley had it go off him, and Hannigan was able to get to it quickly, but he bounces it to Rutledge at second, and now Orlando into scoring position.
That's the only reason that Hannigan had a chance. You can see it hit off that left foot of the home plate umpire Rackley, and that gave Hannigan at least an opportunity to try to throw out Orlando at second base, but not in time.
So an error and a wild pitch has Orlando to second base with nobody out in the 8th. Pitch 110 coming up here for Miley. On the ground just outside the bag at first and foul. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Whether you're taking your truck off-road, the kids to practice, or your sports car to its limits, there's a Toyo Tire for you. Visit toyotires.com to find a dealer near you. Runner at second, nobody out here in the 8th. Straightens up Escobar with ball 3.
112 pitches now for Miley on the night.
Ben Zobrist waiting on deck. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Runner at second base, nobody out here in the 8th. Red Sox right now on top by 3. Royals threatening again here in the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss. Miley picks up his 6th strikeout, 1 down in the 8th. And here comes Torey Lovullo. So the strikeout of Escobar, 6th strikeout for Miley. They've had Agondo ready to go in the pen. And Lovullo will make the change. So that's the night for Wade Miley, who goes 7 1/3 and will depart with a 3-run lead, responsible for the runner at second base. Nice job tonight. Penn here in the 8th inning. And he pours strike 1 in there at 95 miles an hour. So Agondo in here for his 49th game of the year, 2-0, a 3.83 earned run average. 45 strikeouts, 18 walks, and opponents hitting at .233 against Agondo. Worked last night against Cleveland, a scoreless 7th inning, giving up a hit, had 2 strikeouts. Now leads the Red Sox in relief innings, 51 2/3 innings. It's 14th in the American League in that category. Talked about it last night. His home run total 12 on the year. 1-1 pitch. And it's line foul.
Now let's look at some of the highlights from later on in the game for Miley. He gets Kane on a breaking ball for a strikeout. Zobrist on a changeup for a strikeout. And a line drive out by Rios. Positioned perfectly out there was Mookie Betts. Leaps for it. Very, very nice night for Wade Miley.
Ended up with 114 pitches. Second longest outing of the year for Miley. 7 1/3. Working here into the 8th tonight for Boston. Still responsible for Paulo Orlando at second base. Reached on the throwing error by Sandoval. There is more action in the Red Sox pen. Robbie Ross Jr. up. Lorenzo Cain waiting on deck. Now Hannigan out to talk to Agondo. Well, tomorrow at 5:30, don't miss Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser. TC will have an exclusive interview with Torey Lovullo. And remember to join Budweiser at Jerry Remy's before every Red Sox home game in August for a chance to be selected as the Budweiser fan of the game. Budweiser, brewed the hard way. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. Close pitch, call the ball.
A good pitch by Ogando. Tried that slider inside and just missed the inside corner. Good pitch and a better job laying off that by Zobrist.
Popped up, foul ground as Sandoval go as far as he can by the seats, won't have a play. Well, this summer experience Cirque Eloise ID. Hip-hop meets West Side Story in show-stopping performance that's been keeping audiences on their toes for 20 years. Foxwoods, the official casino and resort of the Boston Red Sox. Book your tickets at foxwoods.com.
I'm glad you read the promos. I couldn't get through that.
I'm not sure I did. Payoff pitch coming up. On the ground up the middle as Bogaerts around the bag at second. Will throw out Zobrist, and a good battle there. Ogando wins the battle as Orlando takes third base.
Yeah, good matchup. Ogando, Zobrist, a good battle put on by both guys, and finally Ogando winning the battle with that ground ball to Bogaerts up the middle. Bogaerts shading Zobrist a little bit in that direction up the middle and was able to make a fairly routine play out of it.
2 down here in the 8th, and it'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. Cain tonight has struck out swinging on 2 different occasions, and last time up, flied out to left field. That fastball ran in. Again, the runner at third, the responsibility of the Red Sox departed starter Wade Miley. Still looking on. He went 7 1/3 tonight, 6 hits so far, charged with just the 1 run. The runner got on the miscue by Sandoval and the throwing error. 2-0. A good stretch there by Hannigan. Up and in at 94, and now Ogando falls behind 3-0. Eric Hosmer on deck, 2 outs here in the 8th.
If Hosmer gets to the plate, you may see Ross into the ball game.
Ball 4, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So a 2-out walk here. Now you got the tying run coming to the plate. And Lovullo is going to head out there. First and third, 2 down. Robbie Ross been warming in the pen. And Lovullo will go get him. So another pitching change here from Fenway Park. 4-1 right now, Red Sox. The Royals have the tying run at the plate right now. First and third, and Hosmer will take a pitch up and away for ball 1. Robbie Ross Jr. into the game for Boston, their third pitcher of the night, third pitcher of this inning. 38th appearance overall in the year, 0-1, ERA just under 4. 40 strikeouts, 16 walks, and opponents hitting at .262 against Ross. Last worked on Sunday against Seattle, pitching in the 12th inning. He's allowed runs in 5 of his last 6 appearances. Inherits 2 of them here. Fouled off Hannigan, and that hurt.
And that also fooled Hosmer a little bit, too, because a 2-0 count, he's looking fastball against Ross, and he doesn't get it. He gets the breaking ball. And right off the left knee of Ryan Hannigan.
In tight, 3-1. So Ross falling behind here. Kendrys Morales waiting on deck. Royals threatening here in the 8th. 2 for 3 in his career against Ross. That includes a home run. As he takes the strike, Hosmer thought he had ball 4, but instead a full count now.
Yeah, slider, not a big one this time by Ross, but it does pick up the inside corner just barely. Hosmer didn't think so.
Now a 3-2 count. And Hosmer strikes out. Fastball away at 93. Big strikeout for Robbie Ross.
And a couple of pitches right here. The borderline strike call against Hosmer, which he didn't like. That was a slider. Then back to the fastball away off the plate. Hosmer chases it. And the Red Sox get out of the inning. Robbie Ross getting that big out.
Tonight's game summary brought to you by Xfinity. When Duffy started this game, he is on the hook, giving up the 4 earned runs the Red Sox have in 5 innings. Wade Miley 7 1/3, just 1 earned run, the home run in this game by Moustakas, the only blemish for Wade Miley. Chris Medlin back on the mound again. Missing downstairs to Travis Shaw. Leads it off here in the 8th. Shaw walk, a double, a line out. Now Tazawa getting ready in the pen in a safe situation here at the moment with the Red Sox on top by 3. Of course, Tazawa got the 1-2-3 ninth inning last night against the Indians. First save of his career. First save of the season, I should say. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Medlin came in the 6th inning, still pitching here into the 8th. Into right field, a line drive base hit for Travis Shaw, his 2nd hit of the night, 3rd time he's been on base.
A walk to bring in a run back in the 1st inning, a double off the wall in the 3rd inning, now pulling the ball for a single here in the bottom of the 8th. Fastball down and in, barrel of the bat out, hard line drive for a base hit. More and more impressed on with every game that I see Travis Shaw.
Shaw aboard at first base to begin things here in the 8th, and it brings up Ryan Hannigan. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Strike call. Hannigan turns around and talks with David Rackley, guy that he's been in close proximity with all night.
Yeah, this one very borderline, but I think a strike pulled up pretty good there at the end by Salvador Perez.
On the ground at third base, Moustakas will go to second for one, on to first for two. Around the horn they go on the double play for the first 2 outs to the bottom of the 8th. Well, for every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Boston Children's Hospital. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. 2 outs in the 8th inning, and it brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. He has grounded out to first, tripled to right to drive in a run, and last time up, flied out to right. The 1 pitch. High and away, 1-1. On deck is Josh Rutledge. Red Sox batting here in the 8th. And a swing and a miss.
Good changeup in a good spot that time from Meldon. Keeping that changeup away from Jackie Bradley.
Did he go? No. They checked with Mike Everett, said he didn't offer. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Use hashtag NESN Data Strong fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Put your photos now, brought to you by T-Mobile. On the ground, foul outside of first. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 down in the 8th. Looking ahead to the 9th for Tazawa, it'll be Morales, Moustakas, and Perez scheduled to bat. 5, 6, and 7 in the Royals order in the top of the 9th inning. Fly ball foul off to the left. Strike 3 call. Bradley will take with him the second strikeout for Medlin. It's 4-1 Boston. New pitcher for the Red Sox, the closer now, Shinichi Tazawa, into his 53rd game of the year, 2-5, 3.18 earned run average, 1 for 6 in save opportunities. But since he's been in this role now, he was able to pick up a save here last night, second of his career. So what he is going to be facing, Morales, Moustakas, and Perez, collectively with 1 hit between them against Tazawa. Into the shift go the Red Sox on the right side of the infield. Kendrys Morales singled to right field his last time up in a 1 for 3 showing tonight. And it's the curveball that drops in there for strike 1. Now with 1 strike, they'll mix it up. Sandoval will go to the right side, and Bogaerts returns to the left side.
Don't figure that Morales will be trying to drop a bunt down the third baseline with a strike on him. Down 0-2. Good split of that time from Tazawa. Split-fingered fastball staying down and away.
Emergency swing there, and it's still 0-2. Bob's Discount Furniture goes to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000. The Jimmy Fund for every game saved this season. Everybody saves at Bob's. Bob's Discount Furniture, quality, choice, and value. Learn more at mybobs.com. Greg Breslow up in the pen behind Tazawa. Swing and a miss, and Morales strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning.
Well, we talked about a good split-fingered fastball earlier in the count. This one even better as it dives out of the strike zone, and Morales chases it. It was even better because he swung at it.
8 strikeouts on the night for Red Sox pitching. The first for Tazawa, and it brings up Mike Moustakas. Grounded out to second in the second. Homered off Wade Miley, the only run Miley allowed. That was in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th. Top of the zone for strike 1. Salvador Perez waiting on deck. Oh, 2. He's got it going tonight.
Yeah, another split-fingered fastball from Tazawa. This one higher, obviously, than the one of Morales, but still a little dip in it right toward the end, as you can see.
Well, the Red Sox closer, Koji Uehara, looking on as Tazawa tries to grab his 2nd save of the season, 3rd of his career. 0-2 pitch. Buries that one in the dirt. 1-2. To center field. Betts back there to make the catch for out number 2 of the 9th. Well, the Toyota play of the game, Ryan Hanigan, back in the 3rd inning. Remember, the single and 2 runs, his 11th and 12th RBIs of the year. 2nd and 3rd runs of the night for the Red Sox, and Boston right now on top 4-1. With 2 outs in the 9th inning. Here is Salvador Perez. He is single to right, grounded out to second, single to right again. Strike on the outside corner at 95 miles an hour from Tazawa.
Fastball upstairs.
On the ground, left side, the shortstop Bogaerts on to first. That's the ball game. Back-to-back night saves for Tazawa. As the Red Sox win 3 in a row now, they win tonight against the Kansas City Royals, who come in with a total of 73 victories on